With no end to the shutdown in sight, thousands of federal workers stand to miss a second paycheck later this week, and some have had to turn to our local food banks just to feed their families. News 8's Chris Groh live now at the Coast Guard station with a closer look at the hardships that one of those families is facing. Chris?
And Steve, of the estimated 800,000 federal employees that are without pay right now, thousands of them are actually in the Coast Guard. Many of you maybe did not know that. Well, some of those Coast Guard members have been deployed, leaving their families back at home to try to make ends meet.
It feels weird to need help when they're still serving and they're still working.
Serving in the Coast Guard is a family affair for Waylon Haney. He joined nearly 12 years ago and is currently employment. While he's away, his wife Marisol is trying to make ends meet back home. It's a tough task, especially when there's no paychecks coming in.
I never thought this would happen. I never thought they would just say, okay, now you're not gonna pay.
Marisol's husband is one of thousands of U.S. Coast Guard members that have been furloughed during the government shutdown. Currently, in between work, she's had to get creative to keep things going.
So far, we are good, but we don't know how long we can keep our savings.
While the shutdown lingers, several nonprofits and organizations are stepping up to help Marisol and other families fill the gap. She recently was able to get her groceries at the San Diego Food Bank, and she wasn't alone.
We're stepping up to help those employees. We did a big distribution for about 250 Coast Guard families last week.
Marisol admits she never thought it would get to this point, but she was moved that so many have been willing to help. In fact, it reminded her of this.
It shows us why my husband serves. We don't do it for the government or a political party because the government changes every year, every 2 years, every 4 years. We do it for our community.
As for lawmakers, she has this message.
I would ask myself, what do you want? Do you want the political victory or the moral victory? Because what's going on right now, it's just immoral. It's not right anymore to keep all these families hungry, to keep them hostage.
Marisol says that her husband's deployment could last anywhere from 3 to 6 months. She hopes that this shutdown ends well before then. Marcella, Steve, back to you.